Yo, what's good, everyone? We've got the main man Larry O with us today. Real special guest. How
What's
you
up, man?
doing,
Thanks
Larry?
for having me, guys.
That's good.
Appreciate it.
Of course, man. It's way overdue. I was on yours a little while back, right? And we spoke about it then. But I guess we've just been trying to work out the times. But
Yeah, it's probably yeah. It's been a bit now. Yeah. Yep.
yeah, I know. Last time I saw you was in January as well. I can't believe it was that far back.
I
It
know, man.
seems like
Time's
that was just a
flying,
couple
bro.
months ago.
I know. It really is crazy how this like year is more than halfway over. It's ridiculous how fast
hmm
it's been going. But yeah, that was January at Nam.
Yeah, been insane. How's this year been for you so far?
Good, good, man. Just been grinding, trying some new things out, content wise, and just having fun. Really having fun with my show. We were just talking about that too, like having people on, just talking about FL, just a different way to kind of get the messages across and
Yeah,
educate, just in a different way.
yeah, definitely. Did you start your show at the beginning of last year?
Yeah. So at this point now, yeah, it was the beginning of
2024.
2024.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think.
I remember you starting it. That's
Yeah.
probably when we started this one, right?
Yeah, we started January 24 too.
Yeah. Like one of those New
Yeah.
Year's
Wow. Really? That's
resolutions.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Time is really flying, bro. Cause yeah, I remember. Yeah, cause I'm at episode like 80 now. So
Yeah.
it's been like a
Same.
year and a half, pretty much, a little over a year and a half.
Crazy, isn't it?
I do one every week, pretty much. I've missed a week or two here or there, like, but try to do it every single week.
Yeah. It's good to see though, because the way you've done yours is very like, FL focused and there aren't any podcasts out like it.
Mm.
So I feel
Yeah,
like you've just hit a niche and it's working well, isn't it? I
yeah, it's
think people
working
really
well.
just enjoy it because they know what to expect. It's like if you want to hear about FL, there's like one podcast for it.
Yep. Yeah, for the most part, yeah, we're talking FL stuff. I mean, we branch off into other topics, especially if we have a guest on, and for the most part, the guests are always FL users.
Yeah,
There might have been a couple that don't. Like we had Illmind on. I know he doesn't use FL, but it's always producer based, and I would say
yeah,
90% of the time it's FL based. And I just kind of took what I was already doing with the FL like Instagram content and YouTube content, but just made a podcast or a show out of it essentially.
yeah. It feels like more than a podcast because you're actually going through some FL features or little tricks. Even when you have guests on, they'll be showing certain things. So it's a bit different to your usual podcast.
Yeah, and I'm trying to. I say podcast because that's just the best way to kind of describe it. Sometimes in the
Yeah,
most used term, but really, what I'm trying to kind of stray away from the podcast term and just
right.
call it the a show,
Sure.
the Larry O show. That's why at the beginning I named it the Larry O show because I knew that yeah, it's gonna be the podcast theme, like kind of like running right away with it at the beginning. But
Yeah,
I knew that I had like a different mindset about the show and where I wanted to take it because so like very quickly it went from me and John, my co-host, just sitting and no laptop and we were
hmm,
literally just talking at the beginning because I wanted to get it up and running quickly because
yeah,
I think I talked to him about it and then within a week or two we shot the first episode. I talked to the guy at the studio, talked to John. He agreed to co-host it with me, and then boom, we were like, we filmed the first episode. It was a practice, but we dropped it, and then we
yeah.
just been hitting the ground running ever since. And then every week, I feel like I'm just kind of adding a new feature in there. Like we added the laptop, we added the TV, so that way John can see what's projected on the laptop. The guests situation is getting better. We're using the same platform you guys are using here.
Nice.
Everything like little by little, just kind of trying to grow it and make it more than just the podcast. Essentially, just more of a variety type of producer show.
Yeah, definitely. I guess it's just one of those things you learn as you go. You don't really like know everything at first, but then you just come up with these ideas and test them out, see if they work, and you just make improvements along the way. But
Exactly.
no, it's good what you're doing, man. And I guess it works really well for your short form content as well, right? Because you could take a lot of moments from it.
Yeah, exactly. I think at the beginning, I was looking for more different styles of short form content. So it was a win win in that aspect because I was like, yo, I'm going to be able to be posting more consistently on YouTube and I'll
Yeah,
have a ton of things that I can clip from and I can change
yeah,
up and add to the arsenal of content in the short form side of things. So it was like a win win.
got you. how's your schedule been for short form content? Because I know you post pretty much every day, right?
I'm posting every day, sometimes multiple times a day, not as much
Yeah,
as I would like to. I would love to get on that. Like, I mean, there's some brands in not even just production and other brands that I watch consistently online, and I just see it's like a numbers game, and they're posting between 10 and 20 times a day on short form content.
yeah.
It's ridiculous. I mean, you got to have a team behind that, and I'm sure that's ridiculously expensive as well.
Do you
But
have anyone on
it
the
is a
team
numbers
now?
game.
Like a video editor or someone that helps you post?
Right now I just have somebody editing my long form stuff,
Hmm.
but because I'm so particular too with the shorts,
Yeah,
I've definitely worked with a couple of different editors on the short form side of things, but I feel like I'm so particular, and I know like like with short form it's so different, especially if I'm
mm,
pulling clips from the podcast, the show.
yeah,
It, I know like the hook's got to be there. The hook's got to be
right.
a certain way. So I'm pulling moments from that one clip that I took, and I'm moving it towards the beginning for a specific hook.
Yeah,
And I know like somebody might not think the same way as me when it comes to that. So I've tried things, and then I've resorted back to me just kind of having like the final edit on those short form pieces of content. I do have an editor for the long form stuff though.
right. Yeah, I guess it's hard to find the right person for an editor because people can know how to just edit videos, but like you said, if they're not making content themselves, they don't really understand hooks properly, and especially with music production content because they have to know how to edit videos, how to like make content and understand the hooks, but then also understand music production because, for example, if I'm doing a like a cook up video and I send that to an editor, sometimes they'll just chop it in awkward places so then it doesn't like loop right and it just sounds a bit strange. So I definitely
Bro,
feel you there. It can be tough to find the right person for that.
you got to have somebody that knows music production and is good at video editing,
Yeah, exactly. Hmm.
or at least like somebody that can work with that editor, or like because then it's like it almost defeats the purpose of you delegating that work. Because
Yeah.
then you find yourself doing almost the same amount of work, maybe not just chopping every little bit, but then you're saying now you're going through and you're essentially picking every little piece that needs to get fixed and
Yeah.
spending almost the same amount of time.
I did find that it was like that in the beginning though, but over time they get to learn. So if you are giving someone constant feedback, then eventually they're gonna know, all right, he likes it this way, or they learn from the process as well, don't they? So it's not like you have to give them that feedback every time, but it can be time consuming in the beginning when you first start
Right.
working with someone.
Right.
You were going through that as well, LB, weren't you? Just yesterday.
Yeah, yeah, literally. Yeah, what's good, Larry, by the way? Nice to meet you, man.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks, man. Sorry I'm a little bit late. I was just on a Zoom call, I had to jump off, try and get off ASAP.
It's all
But
right.
yeah,
All good.
um, yeah, what you guys been talking on so far?
Just about Larry's show, really, and then short form content as well. So I was kind of interested in your whole like strategy, Larry, because I feel like
Mm.
you were one of the first guys to start making short form content consistently for production tutorials, anyway.
Yeah, at the beginning, I was dabbling in a lot of different stuff. I was posting content for years on Instagram before the educational stuff. And then I
Right.
was like, I'm just going to try it out. And there wasn't really anybody doing it much that I noticed anyway.
Hmm.
And it was back when they were doing the 30-second videos.
Yeah.
I think that was like the
Hmm.
cap at that point. And I was just throwing any kind of idea that I got up there. I was doing sessions full time in my studio. So I would get ideas all the time of what to post, and I learned screen recording, and then I would just do the voiceovers. And I realized quickly that I kind of filled a void there.
Hmm.
There wasn't really any short form content. People were going crazy on YouTube already. I wasn't great at the YouTube thing. I consumed Instagram the most, so I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna stick with this, and kind of like I'll get to the YouTube stuff like when I can. The
Yeah.
Instagram stuff started picking up so quickly that I just ran with it. And because early on, I feel like again I did fill a void right there where there was a ton of producers on the app at that time that weren't getting any educational content really in FL Studio. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go hard on this.
Got you. And have you noticed certain things that you've had to switch up over the last few years? 'Cause, well, like you said in the beginning, it was just 30-second clips, but because the algorithm just changes so much, have you had to change your strategies?
Yeah, I guess like I wasn't paying attention too much to the hooks at the very beginning. Now it's like
Hmm.
you got to really worry about that 0 to 2 second
Yeah.
beginning hook, and it's got to be on point. And maybe it's not even just the verbal hook that you're saying. Maybe it's the on-screen title hook that you're typing in and putting on the screen.
Hmm.
Whatever the visual is there. Sometimes because people don't have their audio on, it's just what they see right away. So
Yeah.
you got to make sure that what they are seeing and hearing is something that's going to catch them and catch their and get them to stop scrolling.
Yeah. Do you find that talking hooks have worked better than like visual hooks, or has it just been a mix?
I think it's a combination. I try
Yeah.
to now think about what kind of combination I can do and even switch up like what I'm saying from what the on-screen title is.
Right.
So I don't know, like if I can give an example of something, maybe if I can get to it something quick. So like, let's see. All right, yeah. So like this one, for instance, and I can send it. It's the one about FL Studios AI mastering. So
Okay.
like the on-screen, like if you're scrolling on here and you come across it, the
Mm.
on-screen title is just right there, FL Studio 2025 AI mastering. That's a hook. If your sound is off, which mine is right now, like that's gonna get people to stop. And this video did fairly well, a few thousand
Hmm.
likes, decent amount of views, and a lot of shares. So something's working there, and what I'm saying. Here's how to. Did you know that FL Studio has AI mastering? Well, if you
Mm.
did, it just got a major update, and it got even better. Let me show you. You could. So there's like a couple of different ways to hook people in. If
Yeah.
you did know about it, and if you have your audio on, you hear that, and a lot of people have heard about AI mastering in FL Studio. But there's an update to it, so then they're curious, like, what's the update? I've heard of it. What's the update? So it's like I'm just always trying to think of like a couple different ways to hook people into the video, and then from
Yeah.
there, like the meat of the video, um, is always like I'm pretty fast paced, but not too fast,
Hmm.
informative,
Yeah.
and just kind of trying to keep them to the end of that video too.
Hmm.
Got
But
ya.
the most important part is just that hook, trying to give a verbal and non-verbal hook in every piece of content.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's
it's
the
a good
main thing,
point.
isn't it? It's like the trickiest part.
Hmm.
Have you ever had a hard time? Because obviously you post so much. Have you ever had like a hard time where, or just like a few days out of the week where you're like, "Oh, shit, I need to post something and it has to be good, but I got no ideas today. Or do you ever have anything like that, or you just, you kind of good with it?
Yeah, I'm pretty much posting every day, and there are days definitely where like, damn, like I feel like I don't have anything. Those days don't happen as often as they used to because I have the show where I always kind of have something to pull from somewhere. But if I'm really stuck, Instagram is a platform that's so fast paced and it moves so quickly that like posts die after like a week. If they go viral, they die after a week, 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
But
Right.
if they don't, it's like a 72-hour thing. So I'll go back and I'll look at see like what worked good, maybe like 6, 7, 8 months ago.
Yeah,
Do we
just pull
lose
from that.
everybody?
Yeah.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah,
You
Ocean.
still
Oh,
got
okay.
us.
Yeah.
All right.
Hear me, 'cause I don't know if it's
And then I'll,
working.
I'll I'll make like a repost or I'll redo the hook of the video. I'll find something that I did. I'll just remove. Say if it was just a video where I'm like going selfie mode with it.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Um, and I'm only like in the beginning or maybe just the beginning of the end. I'll like redo the hook. I'll make the hook better, different,
Yeah.
and then just kind of repost that style and just essentially going through and seeing what worked best and reposting them and repackaging them.
Yeah.
So
If
you
I'm
won't
really
repost
stuck.
the actual video, you'll just take the idea and create it a different way.
Polish up a little bit.
Yeah, maybe just re-record the hook of it,
Yeah.
the
Mm.
intro to it, but leave the rest of it.
Hmm.
And maybe if I
Yeah.
have to change the call to action at the end, I'll change that.
Yeah, that makes
Got ya.
sense. I feel like a lot of creators get a bit too bogged down with the details when you can just pull from, because like I say, the shelf life is so short. It's like people aren't going to remember something you posted a year ago, 2 years ago, so you just pull from that.
Mhm.
And yeah, you've got this whole like archive of ideas that are already there, so it makes total sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and even if they did see it, a lot of times might get a comment that says, "Oh, I forgot about this. You
Yeah.
posted this before. I totally forgot about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thanks for the reminder. I'm saving this now, or I'm gonna do this today."
Yeah,
That kind of
exactly.
thing.
And I was just thinking, like, how many times do you see the same meme, like, over the course of like a few
Yeah.
months, but you still just like seeing it because you like, it's like, oh, there is again,
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's a good
Exactly.
point.
Yep.
Are you are you filming everything
What's
on
your
your phone as
process?
well?
Um. I think. So I'm not filming everything on the phone. I do like. I'm kind of like fifth. Well, I'm split between 3 different or 4 different styles of content on Instagram right now.
Right.
So there's like if I do an informative post where I know there's a lot involved, I'll do a carousel slide post. Or if I because I just did a giveaway with the FL key, it's
Oh
a
yeah.
carousel slide post. So I'll have somebody make those for me. So I'm
Okay.
not great at that kind of stuff. Then there's the reel where I'm doing the selfie like I showed you with the AI mastering, right? So it's just a
hmm
selfie. I'm pointing my phone at the screen, which by the
Right.
way, it works. So
hmm
why not? Sometimes those videos do better for me on
Mm.
Instagram than anything else. Then there's the one I'm using this camera and I'm doing screen recording, and I'll do it like a split screen, stuff on the
Yeah.
top, me on the bottom, or vice versa. So there's that. Yeah, what was that, like 2 or 3? Yeah,
Hmm.
this is like I'm split between, and then there's the podcast stuff. So then I
Right.
got the clips from that. So there's like 4 different styles of posts, and then every once in a while I might just do a still image, where it's
Yeah.
a screen cap from Twitter or something, or somebody else's post, or a meme that I found online
Yeah,
somewhere.
Mm.
we were
It's
talking
like
about
4 or 5 different styles of posts,
Yeah.
that you
Yeah,
can
it's a
mix
good
up.
idea to have those content buckets. I do something similar as well, where I have like, I don't know, 6 or 7 things that I usually post, and then I'll usually dedicate like one day to making short form content, and then I'll just go through each of the styles. I know I've got like a remix video, maybe like a sample this video, and the other one might be a
Testing
tip.
one,
I
one,
just have these
testing,
different like
testing.
content buckets, and it's like now I don't have to think of something from scratch every time. I can just kind of take the initial concept and then just think of something new for that. Because that's one thing people struggle with. They're like, I don't know what content to make. Like, how do I think of all this stuff?
Yeah.
But if you just kind of have this set like amount of buckets that you kind of just revert back to whenever you need to think of new ideas, it definitely helps. And that's funny that you said that about the sort of natural content of just picking up your phone and filming the screen, because for the most part I film stuff with this camera and everything looks a bit professional, but then I found that when I just do that and I just say something like, oh, yo producers, I just found this crazy trick, or just something really natural, those can work really well too.
Mm.
And that requires the least effort. It's just you
Yeah,
literally
Yeah.
just pick up your phone, it takes 2 minutes to do that.
yeah, it's crazy. Sometimes those videos, like I said, do better. Like that AI one, like that one kind of went crazy
Mm.
just
Yeah.
for stupid selfie and me filming the screen with my phone. It just sometimes they just work no matter how good the quality of the recording is.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
about the information and about what's in it. So
That's it. Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
never been
definitely.
stuck on like, oh, my lighting has to be a certain way, or my camera has to be a certain way, or I have to do I have to do it with this camera and this setup and screen
hmm
recording. Like I've never been stuck. If I think, oh, I got a good idea, and it might be a little bit lengthy of like an explanation, or I don't know. Sometimes I just feel I just get the urge to just record it
Yeah,
in this format. I'll do it.
got you. So do you spend much time planning content? Or is it
Not
just
too
when
much,
the
bro, to
ideas
be
kind of come to
honest.
you?
Not too much. The planning I do if I'm doing like a bunch of brand deals and I know that I have a bunch on my plate, then I'll schedule
Yeah.
some things out. I got things in the calendar
Testing one,
going
one, testing.
for the most part, but I wake up, I start my day, answer some emails, and then I know that I have to post every day. So what am I posting? Do I have something in the bank for from the show that I can clip out?
Yeah.
Or, am I working on this beat right now and I just get a random idea, sparks an idea for a piece of content? I'll do that. For the most part, I know that I'm posting every day. I'll have something to post every day. It's just a matter of like finding what I am posting that day, especially if You know, I have some things that I need to get done, like I said, the brand deal stuff. But
Yeah,
for the most part, no crazy set schedule or scheduling posts.
got you.
Do you focus
And
on
are you
TikTok at
actually?
all?
I should way more, to be honest, because there's some videos that go crazy on there. That's the other thing too, bro. It's like even more so than TikTok is YouTube Shorts, because I've had like some really good successful videos on YouTube Shorts, but I feel like I'm in this mode of I have all my videos that I post on Instagram first, and
Yeah.
because there's so much going on, I think I stockpile and then I schedule out YouTube Shorts, which I should be doing kind of the same thing for TikTok, but I just I don't sadly I should be focusing more on TikTok than I do. But it would be more so of me just reposting things that I posted on Instagram, and that goes for
Yeah.
the same on YouTube Shorts. But I think I'm in this. I think I have to do it again. But I'll schedule out a ton of posts for YouTube Shorts because it has that good scheduling system. But
Yeah.
it does take a little bit more effort to do it like that, because you have to do it a certain way, and it's still like that now with YouTube Shorts, where you have to, in order to do the thumbnail or structure it a certain way, you got to do it with a combination between your phone and the YouTube Studio, like on your computer. It's like kind of like crazy. I don't know. Maybe they've updated some things. Maybe I could take some tips from you guys for sure on that. But I think I need to go schedule out a ton more posts. I just did it and they just ran out recently. But I had like 200 or 300 posts that I scheduled
Oh wow.
2 to 3 times a day, and I think it was like for
Wow.
months, for like
Whoa.
3-4 months, and I didn't have
That's
to even
intense.
think about it.
Wow, that's insane.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Yeah.
But then I go through spurts where now I haven't posted any YouTube Shorts because that ran out, and I got to re-up it. I got to redo it.
Yeah.
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 And when you do
But I
that,
guess-
do you
yeah, I guess
go
it's
back
kinda-
into the back end and look and check and see the data, and are you like heavy on the analysis and stuff, or do you kind of just it's more just like a pure numbers game, whatever happens happens?
Yeah, I notice when videos like hit hard on YouTube Shorts, definitely, and then I'll go back and I'll look. I'm like, oh, these videos are doing well, so it's definitely worth me going back and doing that every so often, like every few months, it seems like every 3, 4, 5 months, I've been going back and scheduling out a bunch. And that's also like a daunting task, because I got to make sure that somehow I hit as many of those videos that I didn't post yet. I have like a decent system going, but could be better for sure.
And with
What about the analytics on Instagram? Because I know with the Edits app, they introduced a lot of new insights, didn't they, to kind of go deep into it and see like when people are leaving, when people are liking. Are you
Yeah,
heavy on that, or do you just kind of pay
I've
attention
noticed.
to
Yeah, I've looked at
views
I
and
looked at a few of
reactions?
those things. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've looked at a few of those new analytics and insights on Instagram, and I pay attention to it, but at the same time, I'm kind of just, I have to stick with it no matter what, and just kind of
Yeah.
keep going. I'm making little tweaks along the way. I know what works roughly, what doesn't. I know that this video might not do well, but it might still be good for a smaller number of producers. Like, I'm gonna post it anyway. I'm not gonna just stop posting because I know like a certain style doesn't hit the same.
Right.
I just go through the motions, and I try not to be obsessed with those numbers, but I do pay attention to them when I can. That edit app is a new thing that I've been using a lot.
Yeah.
Because at first they said it wasn't going to affect your views, and this isn't why I've been using it. I just find it now they've been putting a lot more time into it. It's gotten better since they've dropped it. I use it for captions. I use it, and Instagram knows that even if you download it out of there and then upload it to Instagram, Instagram still knows that you used edits to edit that video, and it gives you an icon on the top of it. It says that it was made with edits. And at the beginning, they said it didn't affect your views, but now it just came out recently that it slightly affects your views and makes.
I saw that. Yeah. It was
Makes
And
interesting.
that's
sense.
straight from the guy that like works for Instagram, the
Yeah,
CEO of
Adam
Instagram.
Moseray or something.
Yeah, that was straight from his mouth too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah, it's
promo for
definitely worth
them.
trying that then, especially with the more natural stuff where you're just filming it with your phone.
Yeah. Yep.
Mhm.
So I'm using that a lot, and then maybe like a loophole if you want to try to increase the engagement a little bit. Like when I do those screen recording videos where I'm doing this, a mix of both. I don't like using edits for that, so I'll do it in Adobe Premiere, and I'll just get the bulk of the chops out, and I know
Yeah.
like I got my hook there, I got the full whatever it is 30-second to a minute long video, and then I'll take it out, I put it into edits, I add the subtitles, captions, the on-screen title inside edits, and then post it from there, or I download it and then post it.
Mm.
Does that still register it as you've made it through edits? Do you still get the
Yeah.
same effect?
Yeah. Yeah, you still got that same icon. And I know
Right.
it too, like right away, because when you upload it to Instagram, instead of getting like a progress bar that is just a plain color,
Oh
it,
yeah.
it comes in almost like that Instagram rainbow color
Oh,
Mm,
okay.
loading bar.
Damn.
got you.
If that makes sense. Is that you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Although I
when you
think when I
upload and it
uploaded
says
one normally
uploading.
today, I thought I saw that, but maybe I'm tripping. I'll have to keep an eye on it tomorrow
Yeah.
when I do another post.
Do
Yeah, I thought
you?
it
Yes,
might
it's
have just been like
interesting.
an update.
I'm obsessed with that stuff. So I'm like always I'm always just like paying attention to those little details and finding new
Yeah,
ways to make it faster for me,
I
like
think
my
anytime they
workflow.
introduce new tools, it's like they want you to use them, so you should experiment with them.
Right.
Do you mess
And
around
I
with
tried
trials at
right at the
all?
beginning with edits. What's that?
Do you mess around with trials?
Trials. I did a little bit, and then I also just heard that they've been blocking people from using it because they were like abusing that side of things. Like,
Mm,
because people were uploading hundreds of videos to trials because they
Hmm.
found that it was like a hack in that system, and people were getting like tons of views, but it was supposedly just going to strictly non-followers. So
yeah.
it was going to nobody that you followed,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
So people were like found this like little loophole or hack in that system, and I guess they've been putting a stop to it, but doing so much, bro. Like I didn't even have time to go. They were saying even taking
Hmm.
your best reels and uploading them again to
Just the
trials,
trials.
to
Yeah.
Yeah.
just trials.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what I was hearing. Just
That's crazy.
re-upload your most viral ones and do it over and over and over again.
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
yeah,
see, like with your obviously like with your reach and everything, like is it, when you do like CTAs and stuff, like what's the main like CTA on the business side? Like where are you trying to push or like encourage people to, when it comes to, I guess, like monetizing off of the viewership?
yeah. I just been ever since I found it years ago. I've been using the auto DM mini chat.
Yeah.
I was
Oh
using
yeah.
another one before that. So the CTA, if I have anywhere, which I should be doing more of just for my own stuff, but again, so many things to do and worry about that
Yeah.
some things just kind of fall on the back burner a little bit. But whenever there's something to promote for me or for a brand deal, it's always comment
Yeah.
for that CTA, comment keyword,
Mm-hmm.
and push them through there. That's always been the best.
Yeah, yeah,
The best way to go about it.
yeah, for sure. And then in terms
Yeah,
of
I
like,
feel like the link in bios kind of come to an end now, hasn't
oh
it?
yeah,
Oh, link in bio's dead.
Yeah.
on YouTube it's fine still, but yeah, Instagram, TikTok, yeah, no chance.
Yeah, on YouTube you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And on YouTube you guys can maybe give me some insight in this too, like is the strategy now to also like have the link in the comments, like you post your own link and you pin your own comment?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
helps.
Yeah, it definitely,
Definitely
helps for sure.
helps.
Yeah, because for some reason YouTube have like made the description really like small, like you have to click into it to see everything. So yeah, it does help to put it down, pin it down in the comments. It's like visually it's easier to just, for it to stick out there.
Right.
Yeah. And I guess in terms
And I
of,
guess the idea is like for people that don't go to the description, sometimes they go to the comment section first.
yeah,
Maybe that's
exactly.
the idea too.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes like
Okay.
I'll trial just starting a conversation, like I'll just ask a question or like maybe not. It might not even be related to the video. It might just be something stupid to like, I don't know, just to get stuff going, but encourage a bit of engagement. But yeah, links or just some little comment that will get people talking is normally a good route.
Have you guys noticed on YouTube when you're watching a video, the comment, because you can see, you used to be able to like just see like the start of the comments, but now it will change the comment depending on
The time.
what part
Yeah.
of the video you're watching,
Yeah.
because it kind of wants you to, I don't know, in a way it's kind of just keeping you engaged with what people are or how people are reacting at that point of the video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Oh no, is it on mobile or desktop or both?
I think just
On mobile for
mobile.
sure.
Yeah.
So you're saying while you're watching the video,
Because
the
you can
first
see the
comment
top
in the
comment
comment
like
section?
underneath, can't you? So say if I go on a video now, um, I'll just click on anything random, so you can see like the title, then underneath it'll be like the channel and subscribe, then it'll be like and share, then underneath it'll say comments, and usually you just see like one comment, and for a
Yes.
while
Okay.
it would just be maybe the top
Top
comment.
comment. Yeah.
But now it will change like depending on what part of the video you're watching. I
Yeah.
don't know if it does it for every single video, but I've definitely noticed it recently where I've been watching something and then I'll be at like 15 minutes and then there'll be a comment that's related to that part of the video.
hmm Yeah, I think it's
Okay.
when
It's
people
almost
put
like this.
timestamps, so they'll say like, "Oh, bro, like, this guy at 4 minutes, he
Yeah.
gets me every time," and then that'll pop up at 4 minutes, and then if it's got a lot of engagement, then it'll shoot to the top, and you'll see that.
Yeah. I don't know how that affects pinned comments. I haven't tested that yet just to see. Because if you have a pinned comment and then someone leaves a timestamp, if someone's watching your video and they get to, let's say, 10 minutes and they've mentioned something to do with that 10-minute mark, would that override the pinned comment?
I think
I think it
sometimes I've
does.
seen it go on top, but
Does it?
like the pinned one's just underneath it, like you can still see it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't like remove it; it's just
It's
drops
not until
underneath it.
you click into the comments, then I think all kind of comments come up. But usually it's just got that one comment under the video, right? Where it's timestamped.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Mm. So like Larry, for you at the minute, then like what's the main thing for you? Because obviously you were working full time as a studio owner type thing, running sessions and stuff, and obviously you're doing the content stuff now on the podcast. So like, what's the main, what's the main thing for you right now? I guess at the minute.
Yeah, it's just that.
Yeah.
It's really just content. I got the brand deals going.
Yeah.
I got my own stuff going with the show. So the main thing is just really just content.
Yeah,
Because I know with more content comes more eyeballs on my store,
Yeah.
more eyeballs on the content, more brand deals. So it's always just create and just helping the community as much as possible. That's always been like the main goal.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mhm.
go back to that. I mean, from a business perspective, those are the goals, right? To just keep more eyeballs on the content and just to keep growing the brand and keep growing the pages. But it's always just been producers first, It's always been help as much as possible. I'm obsessed with it. I mean, I'm an obsessed FL fan. So every little detail that drops, I'm like on top of it. And then I'm like, oh, might as well make a video. Now I like want to be one of the first to make the videos. I'm like, so I'm just obsessed with it. So it's just making content.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's it.
nice.
Do you still find time to make music outside of that, or is all the music you make now just to do with content?
Yeah, I still find time. There's still times where I'm sitting here during the day and it's like, man, I'm kind of just like businessed out for right now. Let
Yeah.
me just disconnect and get excited about making a beat. So I'll start cooking, and then what happens a lot of times is like I'll just because my brain is so like wired to think about content too.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta make a video about this.
Yeah.
And then I'll either make a mental note or I'll stop myself in the middle of making the beat and make a video.
Yeah.
So it's like, then the beat never gets done.
Yeah.
It's like,
You
But-
you struggle with that too, Jay. Don't you? You were speaking about this yesterday. Like sometimes you just want to switch off and just enjoy making music, but then your brain
Yeah.
always kicks in. You're just like, oh, I probably should just make a video out of this as well. But
Yeah.
sometimes it's
I was
hard.
saying sometimes we forget to have one because it's like we always feel like we've got to make music with the intention of maybe posting it somewhere or making a tutorial or a short form, and it's like we forget to just make music just to make music and do it while we first got into it.
Yeah, for sure.
I struggle with that all the time.
Hmm.
I think about that but I mean, at the same time, we've all of us here have like progressed creatively, and this is another form of like creativity just as much as
Yeah.
making the music. You know,
Hmm.
the content creation is another art form too. Yeah, it drives our businesses, but it's also, I know for me anyway, it's fun. I
Hmm.
don't dread sitting there like having to edit my own video. I
Yeah.
like making the video. I get wrapped up into it just as if I were to, like, when I'm making a beat.
Hmm.
But yeah, like that feeling that I would get like in the studio, like those moments happen a lot less often than they did before,
Yeah,
where I was just in the studio creating all the time with other artists or other producers, and you get that feeling when something happens in a song or in a beat,
Yeah.
where I haven't gotten that as much as I would like to.
yeah,
Like
Hmm.
that, like just that crazy, I don't know, dopamine rush of a feeling that you get when you're like,
Yeah.
oh, this is hard, this is crazy.
mm,
Whether it's bad the next day or not, like, or it's still good the next day, like you get that feeling.
yeah,
There's nothing like that.
Yeah.
100%.
So there's no pressure or expectations when you're not doing it as a business. It's just you're literally just there to have fun and make music. But now there's all these expectations, or you have to do things with purpose.
Yeah, or like make
For the
stuff a
most part,
certain way,
anyway.
like make a certain type of beat, or like kind of lock yourself into a style, um,
Yeah.
or a format or a workflow that's easy for people to digest. It's like, yeah, it can be tricky
Yeah.
sometimes,
I guess that's the gift and the curse of making a career out of our passions.
for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's a constant battle, isn't it? Just trying to keep the love for music and then also keep the business side healthy. So it's
Hmm.
hard to get them hand in hand sometimes, and it kind of falls in and
Yeah.
out of sync. But yeah, it just is what it is. Yeah, I was going to ask, do you still do collab sessions? Like, you still just doing stuff on the side as like more just passion stuff, outside of content?
Yeah, I still like, people will still hit me up. I don't go heavy like promoting it,
Yeah,
but I do still have a handful of artists that hit me up and like, hey, I recorded this song. Like, they have their own recording set up,
nice.
and they want me to put my touches on it,
Yeah,
or like recreate a beat for them, or make a brand new custom beat for them, and then they record on it and send me so I'm still doing those things creatively,
Yeah.
and still to, like, to make some side money, and it's not like life-changing money or anything. It's more so to like just keep that creative process going of, you know
Yeah.
creating
feeling like a music
a
producer.
piece of art. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
say
Keep the
this all
doors
the
shut.
time. Like, content creation, you feel more like a content creator over a producer. So sometimes, yeah, you do have to keep that,
Yeah.
keep the skills sharp, keep the rust off, and actually do the production thing, properly.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. Keep the chops up, like, you gotta stay with it. I don't, I know I've probably fallen behind in some aspects of music production, but I like to keep the chops up as much as I can,
yeah,
It would be
stay
like
on
a
my toes a
PT
little bit.
making content, but not going to the gym anymore.
yeah,
know?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, bro.
It's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
It's a really good way of putting it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I guess, like, even when you
It's
say
that.
that, you say you feel like you're falling behind. I don't think it's such a bad thing, because I always think of like Zaytoven, because he's like been pretty relevant for a long time, and his process has always been very sort of stripped down, very like basic workflow. Everything's natural. There's no like crazy processing and rendering stuff out and reversing. It's just sort of simple A's, isn't it? And obviously he's amazing at playing the keys and the drums. And that's just his formula that just works for him. So yeah, I think there's always the pressure to be on the curve of like what's the newest production techniques, when really it's just, what's the end product sounding like,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and exactly. And my lane has, as long as I've been doing this style of the educational content, my lane has never been to like, oh, I got to create like the hardest, best beats. I'm out here trying to get placements. I've not, like, once I started going on this journey of the educational side of things, things, a weight probably in a sense has gotten like lifted off my shoulders, where I was like, I didn't have to like make it in this realm of music production. Like I always thought for years, I'm like, yo, I gotta create the best beats possible, or the best beats possible, the best beats I can. I gotta get placements here. Like the goal is to, like, get a Grammy at some point. But when I found that passion for education, a weight kind of got lifted, and it's not so much about like me creating the hardest, best sounding beats. It's really more for fun nowadays than anything, and I use it as another aspect of creating content for the educational side of things and music producers. So it's like, there's a little bit of pressure off,
Yeah.
and when you get, I don't have to really worry about that side of things as much as I used to.
Yeah.
Got you.
Mm-hmm.
How do you keep on top of all the tricks? Because with the amount of videos you've done, I know you repost some or sort of remake some, but you gotta constantly think of new techniques to show people. Like, are you just reading the manual every day to find something new, or what's the process?
Definitely not reading, bro. I like, I'll be the first one to admit, like, I hate reading. I never did. I'm surprised. That's how I know I'm like really obsessed with FL Studio and just music in general, because when I started using FL on like FL3, there was no YouTube tutorials on this stuff. It was like zero. Like, it didn't. I don't even think when I started. Like, what year did YouTube start? Because I feel like I started making beats
Like
before YouTube
06?
even started.
06,
Yeah,
yeah,
like
07,
2006,
really.
something like that.
Yeah, so
Well,
I think I started making beats in
2005.
05 or 06.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So-
I think I started making beats in 05 or 06. Oh yeah, maybe no, yeah, 05, 04, 05.
Yeah.
And no YouTube. So zero. All there was image line forums.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
That's it. So to troubleshoot, I had to read, which I didn't like doing. So I always hated school. I hated everything about it. But like the terms, like I didn't even know terms to search to troubleshoot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like typing in things that we know now, we know the terms for, but back then I'm like, I can't think of an example, but like it would be like
Like
how
MIDI.
to get a
Yeah.
big room effect.
Yeah,
Instead, it
yeah.
would just be like reverb.
Yeah.
How to make my snare sound like it's in a big church.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like I couldn't even think of how to like form a sentence on.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a
So-
big thing as well, because it is so easy now to just throw it into ChatGPT or just figure it out very quickly, just with a quick search. Even if you don't know the words, it'll
Yeah.
still come up and it'll tell you what the
Yeah.
right word is. But yeah, back then it was just
Struggle.
got to figure it out. Yeah.
Struggle, bro. But
Yeah.
Jay, to go more towards your point too, like, what was it exactly again? Because I know I
I
probably
think I was
went off the
asking how you
topic.
keep on top of the techniques and tricks,
Yeah,
because you got to come up with something new all the time.
Yeah, so I'm having fun. Like I said, like if I find time to just kind of sit down and create for a little bit, even if it's just me creating a melody loop, an 8-bar,
Yeah.
16-bar loop. I'm just kind of staying in there with it. I'm watching a lot of content. I'm watching a lot of your guys' content. I'm still like picking up like tips and tricks that I just like forgot about, like completely forgot about, or even like didn't know about, because there's so much to learn about FL Studio. But a lot of things that might be a 15-year-old tip or trick that was in FL that I feel like nobody's really been talking about for a while, or I forgot about.
Yeah.
That's the thing. There's so many things out there. It
Yeah.
could be an FL specific topic. It could be an in general topic on drums, or an in general topic on melody mixing, or
Yeah.
vocal recording, or I mean, there's like a million different things I could go in on. So
Right.
I don't feel like there's ever a shortage. It would just be like, all right, I'm drawing a blank right now. Let me scroll, like literally just like scroll through YouTube, and it might not even be somebody's video topic idea, but it was something that wasn't even really focused on in that video. Like, damn, nobody's talked about that. Why is nobody talking about what that dude just did,
Yeah.
or what she just did? Like, let me make a video on it. Or like I'm in FL Studio, like I'm messing around and sidechaining something, and like, oh, nobody really talks about sidechaining the effects. So I haven't really heard that much. So let me make a video real quick about sidechaining a reverb on a vocal. You
Yeah.
know, it's just I've like we were just talking about. My mind has been altered into thinking about content nonstop. So
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
probably just subconsciously looking for new stuff, like as you're making a beat, just so there's some content to be made out of it.
right.
Do you ever get the feeling? I've had this myself sometimes where if I'm making short form content, especially if it's a tip video, I might have a tip in mind, but because I know it, I think everyone knows it. And it could be
Mm.
something simple. Do you ever get that, or have you got past that now? Because sometimes you might post a tip thinking that, oh, everyone knows this, but the reality is there's new producers starting every day, so it's going to help someone out there.
Yeah, yeah, and I've definitely gotten comments also that were like, "Oh, like this is nothing new. We've been known this." Like, yeah, maybe because you've been making beats for 6, 7 years. I
Yeah.
always got to keep it in my mind, like you said, to especially nowadays. There's hundreds, if not thousands, of new producers starting every day
hmm
that don't know anything, that are looking for every little beginner tip trick that they can find.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. And they're not
I
going to
still
go
have
down your
to,
profile back two
yeah,
years just to find some shit you posted then.
yeah. So I still have to keep that in mind of like, yes, this is basic, but yes, there are like number one, there are producers that are just starting out right now.
hmm
Number two, there are producers that have been making beats for 5 years, but there's so much to learn and know about FL Studio and just production in general that might have like slipped by, and they might have learned a slightly different way.
Yeah.
Especially with FL, there's like 5 different ways to do the same thing. So
Yeah.
they were like, "Oh, I never thought of doing it that way. I never thought of
Yeah.
side chaining with the peak controller.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna do it with the peak controller, even though side chaining has been talked about a billion times.
Yeah.
Somebody might not do it that way. So it's cool to like show different ways to do things too.
It's a good point. How do you how have you found the length of your clips? Because I know you can post 3 minutes now. Have you found that there's a sweet spot for the actual length of the short you're posting?
The sweet spot before the 3 minute thing, because now I just got that notification that they're recommending 3 minute videos now, or videos that were over a minute.
Oh,
So I would
really?
always keep it. I would always keep it under a minute
Mm-hmm.
because I know that they weren't like. I had this thing in my head, and that kind of proved it to me when I got that notification that if a video was over a minute, that they weren't even recommending it
Mm,
as much or as much. If it was a minute and 30 or under a minute and 30. Now
right.
I got the notification that they're doing the 3 minute videos, but they're also recommending them as much as they were in a video that is under 3 minutes.
Right.
So I'm still like trying to keep them as short as possible because I know it's still a short form platform. And there, once I got that notification, there was one maybe that was like over a minute, and I was like,
So was
I,
that an official notification? I didn't see that.
yeah, I got like an official one. Like when I went to go make a post, it came up like an official notification inside Instagram
Yeah.
that was like, oh, we're now recommending. Maybe it was because it was a video that was over a minute,
Right.
but I was in between that minute and 30-second mark, and I was just like, like I don't feel like I can chop this one down for whatever reason. It was like a
Yeah.
minute and 10 or a minute 15 or something. So I'm
hmm
like, I was like, screw it. I'll post it. And then I think it knew that it was a longer one. So it was like, oh, we're now recommending 3 minute videos to real audiences or something like that.
That's interesting
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I just
Oh, that
asked
was,
my editor because the person who does my shorts was sending them back and they were like over 2 minutes, and then I had to ask them. I was like, we need to like cut these down and get it like below 90 seconds ideally. So, but now
yeah.
I'm thinking, oh shit, maybe I should keep them over 2 minutes. I just always think in my head when I'm like going through reels and TikToks, when I come across something that's like 3 minutes long, I'm like, ah man, I don't have the patience for that. On to the next one.
Yeah.
But it
I
sounds
know.
like they're trying to push it as well, so it's interesting.
Yeah. I think the idea should still be to chop out as much as you can.
Yeah.
That's irrelevant or that's repetitive or redundant.
hmm
Chop it out. And then if you feel like you really like, I literally go back, I'll watch. I'm like, oh, I can get rid of that. I can get rid of that. At the beginning, I'm like, how the hell can I make this video under a minute? And then
Yeah.
it ends up being 35 seconds long. I'm like, damn, I know I could have gotten rid of that much. At the
Yeah.
beginning, though, you don't really think you can get rid of that much,
Right. Yeah, you're
but you
right.
can. So I just still try to get rid of as much as possible
hmm
because people on that platform are still scrolling just as fast as ever. So
Yeah. Yeah, I guess there's no use in making a video over a minute for the sake of making, if it means padding out a video, because then, like I say, you're gonna lose the attention of the viewer. So if it means it's a
yeah,
minute and you've still got a fast edit and you, like I say, you got the hooks and the payoffs and all that stuff,
right,
then yeah, then it's good. Yeah.
right. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Nice.
What's your top tip if you had to pick one? Because man, you've gone through hundreds, so
Yeah.
if you had to pick one FL tip, what's like the go-to tip?
Damn. How the hell do I come up with one?
On the spot.
One tip on
One
Instagram.
tip for a beginner.
I mean, on one
Yeah.
tip for an FL Studio beginner.
Yeah.
One tip for a beginner.
Let me see if I could just like open
Chat GPT.
one tip. I'm trying to think of in the mind of a beginner, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. You open up FL Studio, I don't know what the hell's going on in here. What am I doing?
Man, I remember
I would
opening
say
it
like
the first time.
one tip for a beginner would be to like master the channel rack, because
Yeah.
that's, I think, for an FL Studio producer, like if you master that channel rack, that's what sets FL still to this day. That's I
Yeah.
think what sets FL Studio aside from any other DAW. There's nobody that can create drums as fast as the fastest FL producer in the channel rack.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
100%.
If you master that channel rack, you'll have like other producers looking at you like, damn, like that, like you can create a drum pattern that quick.
Yeah.
I think if you master that, understand the channel rack.
Mhm.
If you're a beginner,
Yeah.
so that would change if you're not a beginner. So if you're talking about a beginner,
Yeah, because I guess you can pretty much do everything in the channel rack because you can level, you can
Pan.
build your melody, your
Yeah.
drums, and then everything else like arranging. Like you only really use the playlist for arranging more than anything. Obviously, you can do stuff with audio, but yeah, the whole song really goes in the channel rack. So that's a good
and for the
point.
most part, I feel like when we're all creating an FL, you're stacking sounds in one pattern in the channel rack too
Yeah.
on top of it. So if you really know your way around the channel rack,
Hmm.
your workflow is gonna just skyrocket, and the speed that you're gonna be able to put out beats and put out ideas.
Yeah.
Once you master that channel rack, the speed is everything. So if you master that, you'll get way faster. And I mean, you hear everybody say it, like how it all matters, like how fast you can get these ideas out.
Yeah. Yeah, because I guess if you get caught up in the technical side of things, it's not actually creative. You're just trying to figure out how to put the snare in the right place. It's like that, the more time spent doing that, the less the idea, or
Yeah.
the quicker the idea can be lost, and you end up making something completely
Right.
out of what you wanted to get in the first place. So, yeah,
Right.
that makes sense for sure.
And now with all the new features that are in the channel rack, like all those different loop modes now, you can speed it up even faster.
Yeah.
So
Man, are you guys had this problem? I keep muting if I've made something in the piano roll and it changes to the piano roll. I keep muting stuff in the channel rack by accident. It's got the
Oh, 'cause
mute
you click the
icon
middle.
across the middle of it now.
with that mute button in the middle of the piano roll
Yeah.
little thing.
I keep muting
Yeah.
shit. Like, fuck's sake, I just want to go into
I
it.
know.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah, I muted something by accident yesterday.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if you could turn that off, because I know somebody else mentioned the same thing about it because I was just like talking about different features, and I was talking about
Yeah.
that as one of the newer features in 25. And they're like, yeah, but I feel like I'm gonna keep hitting that and muting things by accident. Like, I don't know. There's one
So-
other thing that I don't love either. It's the slice tool, the slice effect now.
Oh, we were
Oh,
speaking
man.
about this.
in the
Yeah.
playlist.
Yeah.
That fucked me up the first day.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I thought I had to reinstall FL. I was like, something's glitching.
Yeah, that's a big workflow thing,
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
especially for sample-based producers. If you're sampling and you're doing a lot of sampling in the channel rack, or just chopping up vocals, or even recording and slicing audio,
Yeah.
that's a big workflow workaround.
It takes
now.
some getting used to.
Yeah.
So do you speak quite closely with FL to give them feedback on features and stuff like that? So like as a I don't know, as like
not
an
so
ambassador or a
much.
spokesperson.
Sometimes, I mean, if they ask me for some feedback on some stuff, but for the most part, like I don't go bothering them really.
Yeah.
Okay.
It would make sense if they did have more calls with guys like yourself though, because it's like you know it inside out, and we all sort of know what would be good? Like I'm sure we've all had ideas like, oh, if only it did that. That's a good question actually. What do you think would be good for a FL update? So they dropped 26.
I have bothered Josh in the past a little bit when we were at Nam,
Oh yeah.
because it brought the topic got brought up and it was about the recording side of things. But
Yeah.
they've made a lot of great changes.
Yeah.
But it would be really dope if they had, and this is shout out to Elgene too from the Studio Nerds podcast and Help Me Devon's team. But he's a big FL guy, and we were talking about it at NAM this past year and the year before about having a recording mode.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
spoke
If you could
about
just
that too.
switch,
Yeah.
if you could just switch everything into recording mode, and it just locks the playlist in. But to me, in my eyes, like that would be really cool. But isn't that just pertaining to people that are used to using other DAWs?
Logic, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think a take system would be
Sure.
good. You know, like on Logic where you can re-record over it, then you hit that little drop-down menu and you can just chop, get the right takes and piece them together. You
You could do that.
can do that, but it's messier in FL than it is in Logic.
Have you used the like the loop recording option?
Yeah, I've used that, but I always find that in Logic it's just cleaner. It's like I can just hit the drop down menu, take the first word from the first take, the second word from the second take, and just piece it together. Click the drop down menu again, it all disappears and it's all like seamless. But it's very close. Like I say, it's only a small thing, but the take system is.
Yep.
I like that in Logic.
That would be cool. That would be like a dream feature that would get added, if it was done correctly, which I'm sure if they did something like that, it would be.
Yeah.
But they've been making great changes to
for
the
sure.
recording side of things over the
I haven't
years.
actually recorded in FL in a while. What are the new features that they've added for recording?
I mean, the things that are sort of newish that like you can lock the playlist into a mixer track, so like nothing gets. It's not so much of a free for all as the playlist used to be when it came to recording. So you could essentially map the playlist out and have it track 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 be linked to mixer track 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and anything you drop in those tracks is going to be in mixer track 1, 2,
Automatically
3,
linked,
4, or
yeah.
5.
Yeah.
Whereas it used to be just, I mean, it still is unless you're using that mode, a free for all. So you could have an audio clip in track number 75 that goes to track number 2 in the mixer.
Yeah.
So it's like, which
So is that a
I'm
mode
used
that
to
you
because I've
select?
been using that since day one. I'm used to that, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember because I had to like set up templates for that where you could link the track to the actual mixer. So is there an option now to just quickly swap over to that mode and it's already done for you without having to create a template?
without creating a template, no, you'd have to right click on a mixer track.
Oh yeah,
And-
and then select like link audio.
Yeah, or like
to,
you'd go to a playlist track and
Yeah.
hit that as
Yeah.
well. Like you'd have to like go there, one or the other, and link them together.
Yeah,
Or like you said, like create a template that has them all linked already, like a recording template that has everything linked in there.
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, and then the other things that are not so much recording, but I think that they made them with recording in mind is like the clip gain, the crossfades, which it's great for sampling too, but it helps in the recording process immensely.
Yeah.
So those features were maybe FL24, so they're fairly new. I mean, you know about
Yeah.
those. You sample a bunch and you're in there all the time, but
I was praying
I
for
think-
that to come for
I
so
know.
long. I was
Yeah.
like,
I know
man,
I
it's so
still
simple,
will do
just fade it.
declicking mode though. I don't know if you guys
Oh,
still
yeah.
do it.
For sure.
Yeah,
I still put it on there because if I'm slicing samples, I don't want to have to do a crossfade on every time I slice a sample. So if I
Yeah.
just slice it and I have it already on declicking mode, whatever bleeding I put it on, generic bleeding,
yeah,
and there's already those small little crossfades on every single cut that I make.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I still use it to be fair. Didn't they change something with the new one, or did they add a new feature, something to do with the crossfades or the declicking? I can't remember what it was, but it was definitely a new option that they added.
I don't know.
I'll have to double check.
Yeah.
I know that you can make it so, and I found this out, and I don't know how long it was around. I probably should make another video on it. But there was, see, I'm getting an idea already. Because I think I even made one on it, but it's one of those things where I wanted it for years and years and years. Because when I record in FL, or when I'm mixing somebody else's project and they send me stems, I'll go through and I'll turn on generic bleeding on every single one of them. But there's a way that you can put it on every single audio clip automatically,
Mm.
I was in the macros.
and it's in macros, I believe, somewhere. But yeah, that's a huge thing. But I don't know if there was a new feature in declicking mode or anything like that, or with the
There was something
crossfades.
small. I can't remember what it was. I wonder if I could search it quick. Studio. I don't know if it was a new option or just something really small. Because I remember when I made a quick video on the updates, I saw something like that, but didn't cover it in the video. Where's the list of updates? 25 updates.
Would it be in declicking mode, or was it like a crossfade, like on the new
Might have been
crossfade?
something to do with the crossfade. I don't think it was like a whole option like where declicking is. Let me, in fact, I've got FL. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, I'm looking in here now.
Pulling something.
I'm like right clicking on the
Just to
crossfade.
see. Maybe it was something to do with the fading curves.
Maybe because you can right click on a curve, you can right click on the actual fade, you can reset, you can type in a value.
Yeah,
you can
maybe it was
disable
something like that.
Can
Something
automatic.
small. Can't find it. I'll have to look after.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
Ocean, you coming over to the FL side yet?
Right, you
We're
guys
still
are
sat
talking about
patiently
all this
waiting.
stuff, and I'm just like,
I
I don't know
know.
what's going on right now.
Absolutely does, yeah.
You're just like, we've had this in Logic for years. Like, we're fine.
Didn't you try Ocean? Didn't you try out FL? I think I saw a video you trying
Yeah, I've
FL,
tried
or
it.
like saying that you might make your move.
Never to make my move, but I've tried it many times. And like just being in sessions with Jay, LB, I've learned it enough to be able to make something or start an idea. But yeah, I don't know.
It's a different language if you've been using something like Logic for your
Yeah.
whole career.
I like it. It's cool. I think it's a great door. I think it's the best for if you just want to get straight into music production. It's like the easiest to kind of grasp, like just from nothing to something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I like Logic the most. I like Ableton a lot as well. So I'd probably switch to Ableton before FL. It just makes more sense for me.
Yeah.
Not for
Really?
Yeah,
everyone. though.
that definitely makes more sense for a Logic user to make a jump to another DAW. That would definitely be the most logical. No pun intended.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Have you tried other doors?
I have. I used Logic. At one point, when I was in the band, we did there was a guy that had a studio next to us, like across the street. He was a video guy. He shot a music video for my band, and you know he knew what I was doing, and I was recording some people in the studio at that time, and he used Logic in his studio, and he needed an extra engineer. So at the time, I was working like at a gas station or something, and he was like, "Yo," and I didn't want to work. You know, I didn't want a normal job. I wanted to just do music stuff. So he's like, "Yo, I'll pay you like $15 an hour if you want to come and engineer sessions for me." He's like, I'm getting too busy with the video work. So I was like, "Hell yeah, I'll do it." He's like, "But I use Logic." So I'm like, "All right, I'll learn it." So I learned. I went in there. I sat in just on some sessions that he had before I even really started. Watched him a little bit, watching maybe as much content online as I could at the time. There probably wasn't much, especially on Logic. You know, there just wasn't a lot. So watched him a bunch, learned from him, and I was just literally tracking. So I was using Logic at that point for maybe like a year or so. Liked it. For recording, it was easy.
Yeah.
I was recording in that thing all the time. Made some beats in it. What else did I use? I used Pro Tools for like a month or so at one point. I was in a studio in LA. I lived out in LA for like a month with a friend of mine, and he was having me work with an artist and some writers, and he wanted it to be in Pro Tools because he would just, keep track of all the sessions like that. He could send them out. He could do whatever. So I was recording and tracking everything into Pro Tools. So I had to learn Pro Tools for that. But very basic, like the basics.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's and Cubase. I mean, Cubase I used for years in my own
Cubase.
studio recording when FL wasn't at that level yet. And I was mixing in FL, so I would record in Cubase, bounce them out, mix in FL because I would get better mixes in FL.
Hmm. I remember Cubase. Back when I used to try and rap, that's what I used to use to record myself years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Cool Edit. Can you remember Cool Edit?
Oh, bro, I Cool Edit. I started out on Cool Edit, it
Yeah,
like
me
kind
too.
of in a sense. Seems like that's the story for a lot of people from like our era, kind of like
Yeah.
Mixed by Ali has the same exact story. As an engineer, he started out like in Cool Edit because he made Nextel ringtones. I have the same exact like story about starting out like that.
Oh yeah?
Back when Nextels were popular, I wanted to create my own ringtone. And this is before I even got into music at all. And I was like researching, got Cool Edit, made the ringtones in there. It was my first like introduction to anything audio, like clipping and cutting. This was probably like 2003, 2002 or something crazy.
You trying to sell ringtones back when you had to
Yeah. Yep.
text and pay like $1 to get a ringtone.
Yep. I had Dipset blasting on my Nextel.
So before
Oh
you went
man.
into making content full time, were you an engineer full time?
Yeah. So I was in the band. Band broke up like 2016 ish, and went full time, or 2017, and went 100% full time with sessions. Before that, I was doing part time sessions for years and years. But because of the band, and the band, we all shared the same studio space. I didn't want to overstep and book too many. I was doing them late night. Whenever the band wasn't there, I was trying to do something. So
Yeah.
I was using that space to just make a like little extra money in there. But when the band stopped, everybody left the studio, and I was like, "All right, this is it." I'm like, "I got to take this over by myself. I know this is gonna suck money wise, but I'm like, if I start booking more sessions, I can cover it. Um, I start making more money. I started making more profit. Word got around. I was going to a lot of local shows. People were coming up to me and being like, "Oh, I loved what you did on so and so's song or whatever, blah blah blah."
Mm,
And it was just like a word of mouth thing locally. And then I was just kind of booked out full time
right.
for a while. And then maybe within like, I don't know, it kind of happened kind of quickly though, to be honest, because I was like, damn, I'm getting kind of busy. And I started still like dabbling with different styles of content. I was like, yo, like how can I sell beats to a broader audience? So I'm like trying to think about content to do there. And then just stumbled on the educational stuff one day. I'm like, yo, this might be it. Like
Yeah.
for social media. So I'm still like doing my sessions, but trying to post like a couple of times a week at that
Hmm.
point. And then it just kind of grew and grew, and I slowed down on the sessions in the studio because that stuff started picking up, and people were reaching out and saying, "Hey, we want you to do a video for our plugin, and we want you to do this video, or we want you to, travel down here." Um, Met the guys in Cymatics early on right away because they were big on Instagram a lot too,
Yeah.
and then, so I was doing less in studio sessions and more online work. And then the pandemic happened, but I was already on that trajectory of
Right.
going more online based. So it was kind of crazy, crazy timing because I don't know what I would have done if I didn't start that online stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what would have happened, to be honest, because then everybody was like, I mean, maybe some people were still going to come into the studio, but who knows? It would have tanked, it would have failed big time.
Yeah.
So
So
it
it's sort
was
of a
like,
gradual transition rather than just right stopping the sessions
yeah,
and then starting content. Just kind of
it
overlapped.
was gradual. Yeah, it
Hmm.
was definitely gradual and luck. Because,
How
like I
long do you
said,
think
like
it was before you could sort of do content full time?
I think content full time started right at the beginning of the pandemic.
Right.
Yeah, it was like so. I mean, I started making beats. So we talk about 2004, 2005.
Yeah.
You know,
So it's been a
that's
journey.
20 years ago now. So
Yeah.
it took me 15 years to like really go full time. I mean, before that I was doing the studio, but I wasn't making anything crazy. I was like getting by, paying some bills,
Yeah.
but
But what about since, like, from the moment you started educational content? to then going full time with that?
So I started dabbling in the educational content around like 2017, 2018.
Right.
So a couple of years, a year or two before I went just like full time.
So that's not even that long, really.
No, but I
But
and
it was everything
now,
before
yeah,
that led up to it.
yeah, it was, yeah, it's literally 15 years of using the program to be
Yeah.
confident enough to give some sort of education on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah, of
not
course.
just like I'm picking up a new hobby, and a year or two later I'm full time making money on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's all of those things combined. Being on the road with the band, learning the ins and outs of that, like being with a group of people, being like just forming relationships in person in that industry, even if it was just locally, or if we
Hmm.
went out and we toured with bands, we got a little insight on how the small industry works, like how to speak to people, how to speak business with people a little bit. So all these
Yeah.
like little ins and outs, all these little things that I've learned over that course of that 15-year span led up to that. And I don't wish that it happened sooner. It couldn't have happened sooner. If it did, I probably would have failed at it because I didn't have that 15 years of knowledge.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I think
Oh,
everyone can relate to that because a lot of people might look at it and just think, oh, he hasn't been on Instagram that long, as if he's just made that flip like that. But you're right, is everything leading up to that? Same for all of us as
yeah.
well. Like I only
Yeah.
started YouTube in
Yeah, for sure.
2020, but it wouldn't have been the same if I didn't have like my backstory of like making music as a kid and going through all that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very rare that somebody just starts something and blows up with it right away. And if that does happen, it's like the statistics are so where it doesn't lean in their favor long term.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
like-
definitely.
Big spike and then you kind of drop off, just having
Yeah.
not having the foundation set.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean all these things combined, like knowing the ins and outs of working relationships and talking to people, talking business, but also like taking heat online because you're now in the public eye a
Yeah,
little
that's
bit.
right.
So it's like, can you handle that?
Yeah.
Can you handle a shitty comment coming across?
Yeah.
All right, are you gonna like blow off? You're gonna blow your top off and
Today.
like go crazy in the comments and like go in these crazy rants and then ruin your brand. So it's like me coming up with the band and being a hip hop metal band. I just talked about this with Navi D too because we were talking about content. But like coming up in a hip hop metal band, the amount of hate we got was ridiculous.
Yeah.
So the online hate was just on another level, and it was real hate. It wasn't just like, oh, we don't like your kind of music. We think like hip hop and metal don't mix. Like I'm not even talking like that. I'm talking about like real like hate. Like you should,
Mm.
like I won't even say it because I don't want to get like shit flagged on here. But like they would say like messed up stuff on in comments,
So
but
weird. isn't
having
it?
those things just kind of like roll off your back.
Yeah.
And taking years of that. Now, like somebody comments something like they didn't like my video or they don't think the beat that I made in an educational video is good. I really don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I
I was
don't
gonna
care.
ask how you deal with it if you do receive negative comments, but it sounds like you've just kind of built up a guard for that.
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, it doesn't bother me.
Mm.
It doesn't bother me. Yeah.
Nice. Last thing I'd ask you then is, what about for people that want to step into content now? Maybe they've been producing for a little while, and because I feel like that should always be the first thing, right? Like actually just make music.
Get good, yeah.
Where would you
Oh, yeah.
say, or how should people start?
Yeah, it just depends. I think find it and try some different things, but find your lane because you never know where your path is gonna go. Because
Mhm.
I never thought when I first started making music that I was gonna be doing what I'm doing now, like talking to you guys about this stuff and giving advice on it and teaching and making a career off of content essentially and
Yeah.
educating. So and that just came from me going through the years of trying different things online, like just trying different things. I knew like in some way I was going to make it in music. I just didn't know in which aspect.
Hmm.
And then I just kind of went with one that I loved doing. I found a new passion for doing, and I'm still running with that,
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
But I would think, just if you're starting out, don't think that whatever you're starting out in is like the end all be all. Like if I don't this one style of content or this one style of like career path that I'm taking right now doesn't work, it's not the end of it all. Like
Yeah.
there's so many different ways that you could make it in music, in music production.
Yeah.
There's different aspects of business because of social media and the internet. There's so many different ways that you can make it. So just try different things frequently.
Yeah.
Like don't give it too much thought if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like try not to overthink certain things.
Yeah, definitely.
100%.
No pressure, thinking about having the right tools and everything. Just start
Yeah.
anything. Anything's better than nothing in the beginning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I guess like an advantage is that no one's watching right now, so you can make all these mistakes, you know.
Yeah.
Just make a
True.
load of
Exactly.
mistakes and then figure it out. So yeah.
Just get used to like get used to it. Get your time in,
Hmm.
because get the reps in. If you get those reps in, just becomes more comfortable. Like at the beginning, I could never be on camera like I am now.
Hmm.
Like right now, if you said like, "Oh, I got to go be on some big show and there's cameras and lights," I might be a little bit nervous, but I can I can get through it and feel really comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas at the beginning, I just was doing voiceovers. So find a lane that's comfortable for you, but still like make it a point to be uncomfortable in certain situation and get your reps in, no matter what you're doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Awesome.
Well, Larry, appreciate you, man.
Yeah, appreciate
Thanks
you,
for
man. Nice
taking
to
the
meet you,
time.
man.
Yeah, nice to meet you too, man.
Is there
Thanks for
anything you
having
want
me,
to plug?
guys.
Is
I
there
really
anything you're
appreciate it.
working on at the moment, or anything you want people to check out?
Nothing like crazy specific. Just check out the Larry O Show. We're putting out weekly episodes on YouTube and all the podcast platforms. We're having some like really dope guests. We'd love to have you guys on, and Jay, you again.
Of course, man. Anytime.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah, definitely.
Appreciate it. Well,
I'm
I'll leave
trying
a
to
link
work
to
on
it.
some like really cool topics soon, so like stay tuned for that. Like I'll tap you guys see if you want to get involved in it.
Definitely,
Yeah,
man.
100%.
Very
Nice.
interested.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Appreciate you guys for listening. We'll see you in the
Peace.
next one.
See ya.
Peace.
Thank you guys.